Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
The Jim Rohn Guide to Personal Development. I wish for you a life of wealth, health, and happiness. A life in which you give yourself the gift of patience, the virtue of reason, the value of knowledge, and the influence of faith in your own ability to dream about and to achieve worthy rewards. Jim Rohn. Working hard to grow yourself is far more important than just working hard at your current job. If you're only focused on earning a living, you'll only meet short-term needs. But when you put effort into improving who you are, you're building a strong foundation for a meaningful and lasting life. Sadly, many people don't see this early enough. They think showing up and doing their tasks every day will naturally bring rewards. But life doesn't work that way. It rewards those who keep learning, growing, and becoming better. Jobs and titles can be taken away, but your skills, mindset, and self-discipline stay with you forever. What you build on the inside is what helps you stay strong no matter what happens. The real question isn't how fast can I earn more money, it's how much am I investing in myself every day. Too many people spend all their time making a living but forget to build a life. Many people work hard to earn money and pursue external goals, but they forget the most important thing: improving themselves from within. They stay busy, but they aren't truly making progress. If you want to create a breakthrough in your life, remember this principle: work harder on yourself than on any other job. Investing in yourself is the most valuable investment you can make. Create a daily plan and develop your skills, and treat yourself as the most important project of your life. Don't wait until you have free time. Commit to personal growth every day. If you're not proactive, life will make the decisions for you, and those default paths often lead only to repetition and stagnation. Take an honest look at yourself. What do you need to improve? Write it down as a clear plan. One small step each day will guide you towards a purposeful life. Every morning, spend time working on yourself. Learn a new skill, build a habit, gain new knowledge. That is the key to building a stable and fulfilling life. Unfortunately, this important lesson is often overlooked. Many people believe that hard work alone is enough, but life doesn't work that way. The greatest rewards go to those who are proactive in developing themselves and increasing their inner value. Jobs, titles, and status can come and go, but the skills, discipline, and mindset you build are lasting assets that truly belong to you. No matter how life changes, what you've built inside will always be your foundation for moving forward. The important question isn't how much money you earn, but how much time and energy you invest each day in developing yourself. Many people spend their entire day working hard just to make a living, yet they rarely spend even a little time nurturing the life they truly desire. They get caught up in chasing money and material goals and forget the most important journey: growing from within. That's why they often feel stuck, even when they seem busy all the time. If you truly want to change your life, remember this key principle: work harder on yourself than on anything else. That's what separates those who move forward from those who stay in place. Self-improvement doesn't come from luck. It comes from small, intentional actions repeated daily. Ask yourself each day, what did I learn today? What qualities did I strengthen? Whether it's patience, discipline, courage, or kindness, these are the building blocks of a strong and meaningful life. And finally, before you go to bed, don't let your phone decide your mood. Take a moment to ask yourself, what did I do today to grow as a person? If you have a clear answer, you're on the right path. If not, adjust gently but firmly. Success doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you make a conscious choice and build toward it every day. You have to train yourself every day, even when you don't feel the need, so that when difficulties arise, you still have the inner strength to overcome them. The future doesn't arrive on its own. It is the result of small actions and the skills you cultivate daily. The biggest mistake is thinking you have plenty of time. In reality, time waits for no one. It passes silently. whether you do anything with it or not. The only way to make the most of your time is to create a small plan each day. Simple actions like reading a few pages of a book, learning a skill, or gradually improving yourself help you live more intentionally and proactively. Most people live by old habits, letting life drift by in a blur. If you want change, you need clear goals and the discipline to pursue them step by step. Living this way helps you see what needs improvement and where you are making progress. You become more self-aware, better at adjusting in time, and less likely to break promises to yourself. When you honor your own commitments, you begin to radiate positive energy, attracting the right opportunities and people. Each day you silently train yourself. You shift from being a victim of circumstances to being the master of your life. From small, consistent actions, you are building a solid future. No matter how the world changes, if you invest in yourself seriously, you'll always be ready to adapt and move forward. Finally, start each morning with the right choice. Read something uplifting, learn something new. Don't let meaningless distractions crowd your mind the moment you wake up. Your first choice for the day shapes the rest of it, and ultimately your entire life. How you start your morning will affect the rest of your day. If you begin with negativity, laziness, or anxiety, your mood and behavior throughout the day will likely be negatively affected. But if you choose to start by reading something positive and inspiring, you're reprogramming your mindset and helping yourself become more proactive. Reading each morning doesn't have to take long or involve a lot of material. It just needs to be consistent and meaningful. Even a few thoughtful pages can help you stay calm in the face of challenges, respond more maturely, and gradually build a strong foundation of thinking. It's a way to nourish your mind, like breakfast for the brain, helping you think more deeply, react more wisely, and live with greater purpose. The habit of morning reading is not just mental exercise, it also builds inner confidence, rooted in preparation and discipline. While many people start the day with negative news and distractions, you can choose to be different. Read to wake up, to grow, and to become a better version of yourself each day. The right book, read at the right moment, can spark profound and lasting change in your life. Don't underestimate 10 minutes a day, because 10 minutes multiplied by 365 days adds up to more than 60 hours of deep learning each year, and over many years, this can create hundreds of hours of reshaping your thinking. While many people wait for a big event to change their lives, you have been quietly transforming yourself through simple, right choices every day, like the habit of reading something useful each morning. Reading in the morning helps you start the day with purpose, nurturing wisdom and calmness. Additionally, writing down your lessons every night helps you remember and reflect on the day's experiences, turning small lessons into greater maturity and developing deeper thinking and self-awareness. Writing also teaches humility, perseverance, and the importance of personal discipline in a world full of distractions. When you feel tired, open your notebook again and read what you have overcome to renew your faith and inner strength. Some people think their memory is good enough and that they don't need to write things down. But memory is easily forgotten, especially when facing difficulties. Only the honest page records what you truly experienced at that moment. Rewriting your lessons every night, even if it's just a few lines or a few small questions, is a seed that needs time to grow. A year or a few years later, when you revisit it, you will realize that you have been quietly predicting and preparing for the future, building a solid inner foundation. Rewriting lessons helps clear your mind before bed, soothes lingering emotions, improves your sleep, and makes you more alert the next morning. This is a habit that sends a message. You are living intentionally, not drifting along with fate, but training yourself every day. If you keep writing every day, after many years, you'll have a treasure trove of lessons and a strong mindset unaffected by external events. This wisdom is the only safe place that no one can take away, and it can only be built through perseverance and sincerity. People with this habit not only live, but also learn from life, gaining insight even from the most ordinary experiences. Small mistakes in life are the silent cause of stagnation for many, not big events. Correcting small mistakes like waking up late, procrastinating, or being lazy about exercise is very important because if left unchecked, small mistakes accumulate into habits and then into character, causing you to gradually lose direction. Small mistakes might not have immediate consequences, but over time they can destroy the foundation of your life. Successful people are not those who never make mistakes, but those who face small mistakes honestly and correct themselves immediately without waiting for serious consequences. This requires honesty with yourself because only you truly know your mistakes. Recognizing and correcting small mistakes is the way to protect and develop yourself every day. Every time you ignore a small mistake without correcting it, you weaken your self-confidence. On the contrary, correcting the small mistake rebuilds your inner confidence, telling yourself, I am trustworthy and strong enough to face this. Correcting a mistake is not a punishment but an act of self-care because you love yourself enough not to live below your standards. Small mistakes are like grains of sand in a gear. They may not cause problems at first, but over time they damage the system. Therefore, you need to observe your daily habits, reactions, and small behaviors honestly, identify your mistakes, and correct them immediately instead of ignoring them with an attitude of, it's okay. You don't need to change everything at once. Just choose one small mistake and act on it today. For example, set your alarm 10 minutes earlier if you're often late, or start working right away without waiting for inspiration. The important thing is to take real action and commit to doing it immediately without delay. At first, correcting mistakes will be hard because old habits are difficult to change, but don't make a big deal out of it. Just repeat the small corrective actions every day. You don't need inspiration, just commitment. Over time, you will live authentically, consciously, and begin to trust yourself more. When you handle small things well, life will give you bigger opportunities, and you will become a model of maturity and commitment. Ultimately, power does not come from dreams or degrees, but from daring to correct even the smallest mistakes and being honest with yourself. I will not let small things derail my life anymore. I will start today, because the ability to control destiny is not in leaps and bounds, but in small choices made every day when no one is looking. Correcting small mistakes means correcting the future, and after 6 months to a year, you will no longer be the same person, thanks to the small things you did not ignore. Take the time to improve your habits step by step. This is the most sustainable strategy for changing your life. No need for big events or waiting for special opportunities, just one habit every day. Facing yourself through your habits is not to judge yourself, but to understand how you are living, whether you have a strong system of habits or are being held back by bad ones. Change does not come from momentary inspiration, but from patience and the way you treat yourself like a skilled craftsman creating the most important work in your life. When you improve one small habit, you are changing your inner structure and the direction of your life. The first step is to be honest. To be honest about your negative habits, like scrolling on your phone, mindless eating, procrastination. Write down the bad habits that are holding you back and choose one to improve. A successful habit will unlock other changes. For example, waking up early leads to quiet time in the morning. Exercising increases energy. Journaling helps you stay alert. Make that habit a priority. Track it, reflect on it, and correct it when you make a mistake. Give yourself credit when you do well, because you are doing something difficult. It will become as natural as breathing, and you will be true to yourself. It may take weeks or months, and you will stumble many times, but you are not competing with anyone. You are building a life you can be proud of. When the first habit becomes second nature, you are ready to move on to the next habit with the same respect and seriousness as the first. Sustainability comes from consistency, not speed. Each habit is a long climb that brings you closer to your highest self, the version that is not based on emotion, but on principles and promises to yourself. In doing so, you rewire your brain, change your sense of self, become resilient, self-driven, and live by principles, not emotions. People with strong habits are those who act not based on emotion, but on systems they practice every day. Things like waking up early, writing a journal, and exercising regularly are all the result of commitment and being honest with yourself about small choices. Actions like reading for 10 minutes in the morning or cleaning your desk every night may seem minor, but they reflect self-respect, mental clarity, and inner strength that others may not see. You don't need a supervisor or a team, just the ability to keep promises to yourself. Another important point is to spend 1 hour a day improving your skills. An hour may seem insignificant, but if done consistently, it can lead to major change. Skills are an asset that can't be taken away. Daily investment in yourself brings you closer to your best self. Practicing 1 hour a day not only sharpens your abilities, but also transforms how you see yourself, helping you believe you can take charge of your life and that you are worthy of growth. With just 1 hour a day, you can quietly build a better version of yourself. That 1 hour will help you improve by 1% each day, and after a year, you'll be noticeably different. Change doesn't come from talent or circumstances, but from small, intentional actions. That hour is an investment in your future and personal growth. You don't lack time, you're just prioritizing the wrong things. Choose a skill to improve and commit to it daily. You don't need a perfect starting point, just a decision and steady action. Every morning, set a clear, realistic goal and follow through, no matter how small. Each day becomes a building block towards a stronger, more confident, and dependable version of you. Big change begins with a small action. Write it down and follow through. Don't just talk about problems, take action. Mature people are doers, not complainers. Real power comes from consistent daily action, not from words or waiting for perfect conditions. Knowing the problem, understanding the cause, or expressing your feelings is not enough to create change without action. Many people think that talking a lot and analyzing deeply means they're getting closer to a solution, but in reality, they're just digging deeper into the emotional hole that keeps them stuck. Action is difficult, but that's exactly why it brings true maturity and strength. Problems are not enemy, they are a test that measures your level of growth. Successful people don't wait for problems to disappear. They simply learn to overcome them more quickly, spending less time stuck and more time taking action. The more you talk without doing, the bigger the problem becomes. The more you act, even if only a little, the smaller the problem becomes. Action helps you regain control, sparks courage, and builds momentum. The difference doesn't lie in how much you understand, but in whether you take action or not. Action is the only way to transform both your reality and yourself. Don't mistake seeking advice for finding an excuse to procrastinate. If you're serious about change, you won't wait for perfect conditions. You'll start small. Every time you choose to act instead of just talk, you rebuild your self-trust and strengthen the version of yourself you're becoming. Tomorrow, if you catch yourself about to complain, pause and ask, what's the next small step I can take? Then take it before fear has a chance to speak. In the journey of self-development, choosing the right environment and companions plays an extremely important role. Everyone's life has turning points, and one of the most important is deciding who you choose to go with, who you spend time with, and who you open up to, and who you allow to influence your thoughts and beliefs. The people around you will gradually shape who you become. No matter how hard-working you are, or how big your dreams are, if you live in an environment full of people who are not progressing, have no ambition, choose safety over growth, and blame others instead of taking responsibility, you'll be pulled down unconsciously. That influence does not happen immediately. It happens silently and gently, making you start complaining, adjusting your dreams to be more reasonable, delaying plans, and gradually losing motivation to act. No one is completely immune to the influence of their environment, so smart people do not wait until they are buried under negativity before taking action. Instead, they proactively choose the people they connect with and the environment in which they develop. Ask yourself, are the people I spend the most time with helping me move forward or holding me back? Do they remind me of my responsibilities and aspirations, or do they distract me from them? You will become the average of your closest friends, talking, thinking, and reacting like them. This happens silently, but is very dangerous because you don't realize that you are gradually losing yourself. So be careful and intentional in choosing who you spend time with. You need people who make you lift your head up and realize that your current standards are too low. On the other hand, if someone makes you shrink your dreams or feel guilty for wanting to excel, you need to seriously reconsider that relationship. You can't force someone to move forward, but you have the right not to let them hold you back. You may have to be brave enough to step away from old connections, whether family or a group of long-time friends. However, it's better to walk alone on the right path than to get lost in a crowd that doesn't know where it's going. As you move forward, you will meet like-minded people who are serious about their life goals and who value your time and positive energy. People worth connecting with, investing in, and keeping. But such people do not appear naturally. You have to actively seek them out and live in a way that makes them recognize you. Don't just wait to meet the right person, become the right person first. Someone who is serious about life, not lazy about the future, has clear standards, takes strong action, and keeps an open mind. When you live at the right frequency, you'll attract people of the same frequency, and then you will realize that the people you dreamed of meeting are now walking alongside you. You don't need a crowd, just a few quality people. Cherish them, invest time, energy, and sincerity so that the relationship can grow with you. You are building the future, and a meaningful journey needs the right companions by your side. Decide not to procrastinate, blame others, or wait for inspiration. Instead, take ownership of each moment, especially the first hour after waking up. The first hour sets the tone for your entire day. So start with small, purposeful actions. Read, plan, exercise, and keep your mind sharp. Successful people don't do many things. They focus on the important ones with all their heart. The true character of a person is not revealed when they are full of inspiration or when everything is going smoothly, but in the moments when they are tired, discouraged, and have lost motivation, yet still persist in doing what needs to be done. It is those difficult moments that truly test self-mastery. By choosing to stand up instead of blaming and choosing to continue instead of waiting, you build the character and habits that will determine your destiny. Many people say they want to be successful, but choose the easy path, sleeping in instead of waking early, watching videos instead of learning, procrastinating instead of starting. They wonder why they aren't making progress, but in reality, they're not living up to their words. They are choosing a different life through small actions every day. In contrast, people who truly live with purpose know what is worth their time, know how to say no to distractions, and see each decision as an important milestone. They don't need to change their entire life at once, but live intentionally every minute, focusing on one thing and always asking themselves if their decisions bring them closer to their goals. Focus is not only a skill but also a form of respect for your time and mission. You will face countless temptations such as watching movies, surfing social media, checking messages, or complaining uselessly. These temptations won't destroy you immediately, but will slowly erode your willpower. When you have a clear goal, you will have enough reasons to protect your focus, know when to say no, and dare to ignore unimportant things to return to yourself. You need to create a clear life pattern so that life doesn't sweep you away. Set rules such as which times are sacred and off limits for phone use, who is not worth spending time with, and which habits to give up. Don't wait until you feel bad enough to change. Act before you have to. Discipline is not a limitation, it is liberation. It helps you avoid regret and live not just to get by, but to do things you're proud of. When you look back, you won't need to express pride with words, because your life will speak for itself. You will hold your head high, knowing that you are not a victim of time, but someone who used that time to write a meaningful and worth living life story.